What's up, gamers? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be going over 5 tips to instantly improve your attacks in Rainbow Six Siege. Before we go any further, links to all my socials in the description below, so make sure you go check those out. Rainbow Six Siege is a very difficult game to win on the attack side, simply because of all the things that are in your way, such as the time, utility, droning, everything like that. Just no matter what happens, the round is never 100% in your favor, simply because of the time. Today we're going to be going over 5 tips to help you take these difficult to win situations and make them more winnable. The first tip I have for improving your play on attack is playing vertically. Now, playing vertically is very important simply because let's say we're attacking the kitchen objective. That is right below this room mining and this room train. Being able to open up upstairs gives you access to opening walls, getting Cades and mute jammers off of the wall. Being able to take away positions defenders can play. For example, lots of defenders like playing inside this room called prep, but if you open up above prep, they can't play on this window or they can't play inside of prep. And it just takes away multiple areas the defenders can play, forces defenders to move into positions that your attackers, your teammates, can profit from. For example, just stringing together these 3 openings, if you're able to use this one, you open up the wall. Nobody can play along this wall, even back there. Nobody can trick on the wall. If you opened up near prep, nobody can play prep or the window. And if you open up here, nobody can enter this objective at all because they can't come through this double door. So now with this being opened, you take away 2 really strong areas defenders can play, and you take away a massive area of defenders where they move through. You cut their mobility and where they can play. So now, let's say you get the wall open first, you open up in prep, they can't play prep, they try and run out. Through this prep door, they get shot from the breach. Somebody tries to swing maybe through the prep breach on the window, you can kill them there. You pretty much get the example. You just take away where people can play, and you push them into areas where it makes it gives you the advantage. You're able to profit off of those areas. My second tip is going to be about clearing utility. Now, Zofia is probably one of the best attackers in this game to clear utility with, simply because she has 2 concussions to clear an ADS, and then she has 2 impacts to either break a shield, Maestro Cam, Goyo shield, bulletproof camera, anything like that. These pieces of utility really inhibit the way the attackers can push the site. For example, if you watch my How to Play Cafe guide, you know that lots of the times people will play right here with the shield. A shield right here with usually 1 or 2 ADSs, maybe 3, then with my discs all over the place. You cannot push this room if you have somebody playing on this shield, because they will easily be able to just crouch up and shoot you or lean and shoot you and make it very difficult to push. Same thing with a Maestro Cam. Lots of people put Maestro Cams right up there. If you go to plant anywhere on this side, that Maestro Cam can zap you and then you die before you can get the bomb down. So clearing this utility is really important. With using concussions and flashbangs to clear WMIs and ADSs, and then eventually using your impacts to break the shields, break the Maestro Cams, break everything like that. My next tip is going to be about droning. Lots of the times defenders have the advantage simply because of where they can play. For example, in this room alone, let's get off the drone here, it's easier to see. Defenders can play in a lot of different positions. You can be prone behind stage, prone behind these chairs, prone behind ticket counter, prone behind the couches, crouched over there. You can play in so many different areas that pushing into this room, you can get shot from over 180 degrees, even from out of your field of view. So making sure you drone areas first is really important, simply because if you're to drone, see somebody's prone behind this stage little half wall, they're stuck there. Especially if they're on cams and they don't know you see them, you can push up and kill them, or even if the defender's off cams and sees your drone, they're stuck there. Now they have to play behind there and swing you with no intel, and now you have the advantage. You can prone under this counter, and when they go to swing out, you have a really strong angle and can usually win the fight. Being able to see where the defenders are, seeing what intel they have, seeing pretty much how the defenders are just set up in general, leads to seeing weaknesses. For example, if you see, okay, there's 2 ADSs, there's 3 ADSs here, a shield, a Maestro Cam, and a bunch of WMI discs. That means that there's not going to be a lot of utility on the other side of the map or on cocktail side, for example. So let's rotate our push over that way. And then, like I said, you can see where the defenders are and find out where you want to push after that. I feel like this is a very default tip, but a lot of people still don't do it, especially in ranked, is getting the wall open. For example, this wall right here is very important for pushing into piano. You get this wall open, you don't have to funnel through cigar and through all these different angles in cigar. You can choose to have 2 different areas to push, and it makes it a lot easier to push. Now, like I said, this seems very default, seems very self-explanatory, but I see a lot of people in ranked, when they have the ability to choose the operator last, they won't pick a hard breach. Maverick, I feel like, is probably one of the best attackers in this game, if not the best operator in the game in general, simply because he has super good guns to get good gun kills with. He has grenades to clear utility and get kills with, and he can breach a wall all by himself without having a Thatcher or Buck or Zofia or Ash or anybody needed to help him get the wall open. So when in doubt, if you have the last pick on your attacking lineup and operators like Zofia, Ash, Jackal, IQ are already picked, pick Maverick. Getting the wall open is very important, because for even if you are able to get this wall open, maybe they leave it soft. Once you get into here, if all these walls are reinforced, or this wall is reinforced, Freezer's wall is very important, you need to funnel through then this area, this little area, and then down White Hall. And really just narrows down the areas and angles the defenders need to watch and puts the advantage just that more into their favor. My last tip is going to be about watching your flank. Operators like Nomad and Gridlock are really good for this, but even if you don't have a Nomad or Gridlock or anything like that, a Claymore doesn't hurt, or just setting up a drone. Simply setting up a drone like this is really important. Let's say you're pushing into the site, you get the walls open, you clear the utility, you kill a Maestro, smoke Wamai, and you know, okay, one person's on site, where's the last person? Okay, he's off site. We know he can't come up red stairs or we will see him, so we don't have to worry about that. Being flanked, especially late round, is very bad for an attack. Let's say that, for example, you don't have that camera, and you're like, all right, we killed the smoke Maestro Wamai, let's just funnel into site, let's fully tunnel vision on the site, because there's only 30 seconds left, we need to get into site and plant. Somebody from behind, maybe a Vigil, Jaeger, Valkyrie, Pulse, anybody like that, can walk up the stairs, and if a very default push, like I said, is pushing through this piano room, if you are lined up one person here watching through the freezer breach, one person on Pixel, one person in Cigar, and someone just walks through that red stairs doorway, can easily line up and get 3 kills, turn that 5v2 into probably, it's going to be a 2v1, because you'd most likely kill that Jaeger, Pulse, Vigil, whoever it is flanking. It just makes the defenders go from a seemingly unwinnable position into a position that is very much so in their favor. But quickly recapping, the main 5 tips I talked about were playing vertically, forcing defenders away from strong positions into positions that favor the attackers, clearing utility, using flashbangs to make sure there aren't any ADSs or Wamais, and then using Zofia impacts, Ash charges, grenades, anything like that to break Maestro cams, shields, Goyo shields, bulletproof cameras, things of that nature. Making sure you drone, making sure an area is clear with your drone, or if it isn't clear, telling your teammates where the defender is so they're able to get that intel and get the kill as soon as possible. Opening walls, whether it be with a Maverick, with the new secondary hard breach gadget, anything like that. Being able to open the wall is very important, gives your teammates many more options on how to push, where to push, things like that. And lastly, we talked about flank watch, whether it be playing Nomad, Gridlock, or just setting up a camera or Claymore to make sure that late in the round, a defender who goes unfound or undroned out, uncleared, anything like that, isn't able to just come from behind and win the round for the defenders. But I hope you enjoyed. If you did, remember to like and subscribe. All my socials are linked down below, so make sure you check those out. Thank you for watching. Peace out, gamers.